subscribe at any channel right now is because I took up the cause for Gen Journey. So I'm making that point now. And then you'll have to excuse all of this. Here, let me bring you down some. Like low production value, but that's just the truth right now. It's like the government is paying for this phone right now. My brother bought this car. He has a good job, thankfully. And then on top of that, he had a good job and his company was sold. So he had a good job at a good company. Let me make that clear. Security has been an issue lately. Okay, so the deal is that I've forgiven and even reconciled with my husband. And some might say, oh, you talked to him? No, not at all, and maybe never again. That's something I finally figured out how to do within, because what is my role in this? My role is to address his archetype. That's the thing that controls him. It's the ego science, which I wanted to know more about that too for my writing. So excuse me. The point is, now that I know what I need to do on my own, the point is that we're facing a major, massive extinction. I'm hearing the number 6, but yes, could possibly be effectively the end of humanity. That's why the elites want to learn how to make new humans right now and everything, because they're about to wipe as many of us out as they possibly can. So that means we need to stop business as usual and figure out how to fix the problems we have, which is mostly environmental. It's true. Now, obviously, we have these insane people who think they're going to profit off of human extinction effectively. And they're just out of their minds at this point, because whether or not that is an option, it's obviously not the best option. So what we need to do is fix every little problem on this planet, and that means every person will take on something, especially in accordance with their vices. Because most people think that vices are okay, but no, it's making you useless and depressed. And so one of those vices right now is what people are calling shit posting. They're memoids, basically. And a memoid has no purpose but to spread memes. This is all in the field manuals, the military field manuals, and they're the ones who got us into this. And then they are controlled by we know who. It's like, let's think of a good symbol for them. That's it. Okay. So it's like gang signs, right? We know who I'm talking about. So yeah, they control the internet. They're armed with nuclear weapons, etc., etc. And so little old me or little old you, well, we've got to stop everything right now and fight back. And that doesn't mean don't get a job. That doesn't mean, here I am with my Starbucks, for example. People might say, don't shop there. And it's like, but that's where my community works right now, okay? So that's why I'm saying, like, I'll take this coffee and end those people. But these cups are already there. The coffee is already there. Like, you have to understand that if you're attacking their sales today, you're not considering the fact that they have control of the past and the future. They have control of the future because they don't lose track of the past. The present moment is here and gone. You're one less person in line. That's it. But all that means is that you're pretty much going to the end of the line and you'll be back. That's the way they figure it, because they're getting new customers all the time. And that's what we have to stop. So they're out there burning Teslas and whatnot. Okay, let them do that. And so what we have to address is plastic in our oceans and these addictive pharmaceuticals that lead people to a no resuscitation order. And then the food that's also getting them to that no resuscitation order. And this is all just cruel to humanity. And what happens is that we have these vengeful and restless souls that are occupying the minds of humanity. So there are plenty of speakers out there speaking on this. You either are with it, or you're a memoid, or you're just cynical or whatever. And I don't need many people, just like they didn't need many provocateurs on January 6th. Okay, it only takes one. But they had more than one. There weren't that many. But each one knew what they were doing, is what it is. So I'm going to have to confront these memoids and do, it's the Bogart line that Woody Allen quoted, but it was, only two things a woman understands: a slap in the face and a slug from a 40, or a slug from a 45. It's gotten to that point with these people. You can't break through because they're fetishist, they're Satanist. If you tell them they're wrong, if you tell them they're bad, like, they think that means I'm doing something right. And yes, on both sides of the aisle, it's disgusting. There's trans people who are making jokes, terrible jokes about women, and keeping us subject to this rape/whore culture. And if I'm censored on this, I'm willing to go through that, but no, this is a philosophical discussion, so that's a violation of my rights. These things exist, they're actual crimes, and I want my respect on that. Especially as a survivor, by the way. Native? I believe so. We've lost our knowing on who we are in America. So just about anyone can assume that here. But yeah, they've tried to erase the Native Americans. And there were many different, it's pollen time, so you have to excuse me. But there are many different cultures of Native Americans, by the way. So back to what I aim to do today. I've got my work cut out for me on the porch. And my goal is to go live again at the library. So what's important is that I'm reconciling with him. And sure, he's my husband. But I have to do that, or I had to do it by the time I released this work. So episode 1 has got to be the Queen's birthday. So that means I probably have to, well, something's telling me to take after the shit posters and copy their style a bit. And that means I'm taking the anger that I would be putting towards my husband, which I have no problem expressing that, because I didn't kill him. That's what I'm proud of. I didn't kill him or anyone else like I was supposed to. So That's all I can be responsible for at this point. There are people out there obviously taking that sort of action. What is going on? Anyway,